meets mind, we ponder, we dream. Pixels and philosophies merge.
We finally done it, folks. It's finally happened. We are now living in a fully attention-based economy. Attention has become the only value left. That's incorrect. It's not quite the only value left. It is more like the initial value, the starting value, the table stakes, if you will. Because it used to be other things. It used to be things like quality, it used to be like customer service, it used to be all sorts of things. There were all sorts of things that drove you to engage with another individual or a company. It used to be many things. But we've gotten to the point now, especially honed in on this social environment that we live in today, that attention has become the sole coin and entry point to any relationship whatsoever. Which is why so many people are so desperate to gain attention. Attention is the key to unlocking everything. Because in this world, if you are invisible, if you are ignored, if you don't show up on Google search engines, if you don't show up in an AI response, if you don't show up in an ad, if you don't show up in an email, if you don't show up in front of your prospective customers or your current customers, then you are invisible and no one's ever heard of you. Attention is the ultimate, most important thing of the current year. Maybe it'll change in future. But if you ask me, I think it's going to get worse. If anything, it's going to get worse. The drive for attention is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And not only that, the antics people will have to undergo in order to gain that attention are just going to get worse and worse and worse. Well, maybe not worse and worse. They're going to get more and more outrageous. Because what's going to happen, if you think about it, it's kind of a zero-sum game. We're going to get into a situation where there's a certain level of behavior that you're going to need to undertake to gain attention. And then to gain attention beyond that level of behavior, you need to go beyond that level of behavior, and then go on beyond that level of behavior. And then we're eventually going to get to a point where it's kind of like in some of these older science fiction novels, like movies like Rollerball or things like that, where what they do is they take a trend and they extend it out to its logical conclusion, right? They think something like roller derby is going to turn into a game where people are literally killing each other on the court. Or basketball or hockey is going to turn into a game where people are literally getting to the point where people want blood, actual blood. That these things are going to turn into blood sports because we're going to need more and more outrageous behavior to grab more and more attention. Now, what is that going to do to us as a human race? Because if you think about it, we grew up in small groups, in small tribes, in small communities. And everybody knew us in these small groups, small tribes, small communities. And now our groups, tribes, communities are the size of the planet. And in order to be heard in these groups and communities that are the size of the planet, we need to say and do outrageous things so we can be heard above the din. Does that make us more of a human or less of a human? How does this change us as human beings when we have to shout above the din in order to be heard? And I'm telling you, I blame tech companies completely because they could do a much better job of connecting people who want something to people who want something else. Seriously, they know everything there is to know about us. So tell me why they can't figure out some way of making it easier for us to connect with each other instead of completely obliterating us with things we may not want to see. Of course, it's all down to profits in the end. But I'd love to see that. So instead of everybody getting on top of each other and becoming ridiculously outrageous so they can grab attention from somewhere else, why not go out there and look at individuals one-on-one? We already have enough data on these people. We already have enough data on people. Why can't we look at that and go, maybe these two people should meet. Maybe these two people should connect. And it shouldn't be just on a sales basis. It should be on any basis. If these tech companies know so much about us, then they should know how to connect people. Why not connect people to improve humanity instead of connecting us just to suck in eyeballs and sell ads? Wouldn't that be a great use for all the technology and the AI that we have out there? Better than what we're doing today, that's for sure. That's it for me for today. See you next time, and until then, don't forget to think future.
Pixels and philosophies merge and mold, a future untold, unseen.